Hello there. Today I am working with another gorgeous Craft with Heart kit from Close to My Heart. This one is the April Craft with Heart kit. And on this first page you can see here what two double page layouts you can make with this kit. Both of them are beautiful, very springy, and I'm going to show you everything that's included in these kits here. There are a lot of photo placement little squares and rectangles here. I'm just going to move those out of the way. These are for if you want to go ahead and put the kit together before you have your photos. Little pieces of pattern paper here, those go with the first layout. I'm just going to set those aside. A sheet of stickers that clearly shows you layout 1 and layout 2 so you don't get confused. This is layout 2's background papers. I love that they have the photo mats already in place for you and you don't have to cut those. And this is the die cut sheet for layout 1 and layout 2. Super, super pretty. I love the florals on this one. I also love that on these sheets here, you don't even have to stamp. You already have the feels like printed on the background. You also get 3 page protectors with the kit as well, so once you have your layouts done, you can put those straight into your album. So today I'm going to create layout 2, and I have some photos of my goddaughter. I was lucky enough to be able to take her photos for the first year of her life, and so I thought it would be fun to create a layout about that. So I am using the correct size and number of photos, which makes it really simple to get started on this layout. Look at how great these fit there. Now those are printed at 2 inches by 3 inches, and my other photo is printed at 3 by 4. So I have grabbed the Feels Like Home paper packet, and let me just show you all of the patterns included in this paper packet because they really are gorgeous. There's grays, there's florals, such really understated colors, which is great, like that whitewash background, this rosy pink color with the stripe. These are cut aparts, which I just love. Great for embellishments. And then the background of this floral is a nice gingham, which I really like. The reason why I wanted to pull this out is because I wanted to get another color on this layout besides pink and gray, and I wanted to add some green as well. The bedding that my goddaughter is sitting on in some of the photos is green, and so I thought it would be a great way to add another color to the mix. And the Feels Like Home collection just works so well with the kit this month. You'll see me using different parts of it as well. So I want to balance the right side to the left side. So I'm going to use a piece of this pattern paper on each side. And I'm going to put a little block here just underneath my photos. So I really like that addition. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. And if you're looking very closely, you can probably see that I am making a mistake, which I will show you later what mistake I'm making. I didn't pay too close attention to my instruction sheet, but that's okay. We're going to go back and fix it later. So I have my pattern paper down and I'm just adhering my photo with some dimensional adhesive just to make that pop off of the page and make that stand out a little bit more. I put the 12-month photo on the right side just so that had the largest placement there. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere these smaller photos down too. On the sticker sheet there are some journaling strips that you can write on, but to get the most amount of journaling onto my pages, I always type my journaling. And I do that because my writing is quite large and I want to be able to get the maximum amount of words. Plus, this typewriter font that I use is kind of my signature look that I like to use. So I have gone ahead and printed out my journaling, cut up those strips just like it looked on the layout example, but it's typed instead of handwritten. And I am adhering these down just where they were placed on the example layout. So no big changes here. And before I place the journaling down on the right side, I'm just going to set it in place because I want to put my title there that says Happy Moments. And now I am seeing here that I have my page upside down. You can see there that diamond border strip should go all the way across the top of the page. So I am carefully, because I just stuck this down, it is coming back up. I am carefully pulling this up, very carefully. And there's just a little bit of a tear there, but I always say that mistakes are an opportunity for embellishment. And you'll see how I cover up that little tear there. We all make mistakes. We all maybe adhere things down before we should have done. And it's just another opportunity to put something else there. So you'll see how I'm going to cover up that little tear there. Now on this happy banner, which I just love, I am going to adhere this down with dimensional adhesive to make that pop. And one thing I love, it's very hard to see, but on the background paper there is a little line printed that you can line up your happy banner with, just so you know you're getting it placed perfectly on the page, which is really helpful. So these two tag die cuts go up here behind my photo. I'm going to stamp on one of those in a little bit. Just going to make sure that I have my photo mat in its correct place here before I adhere the happy banner. Now I do the middle first because that P is the middle of the word, and then I go out from there. And I want some of that banner to lie on top of my pattern paper just so I have some layering happening there. There we go. And then the sticker word moment is going to go right below that. Moments, I should say. This is already sticky, so it's easy to adhere down. It's going to partially cover up some of that tear, but I'm going to do it the rest of the way later. You can also use that pattern in the background to make sure you're getting everything lined up evenly there. So now that I have my title in place, I can go ahead and adhere my journaling just below it. Also included on this die cut sheet are these beautiful black and white florals and another tag. So I'm going to go ahead and punch those out. But I've also noticed that in the Feels Like Home collection, there are some gorgeous watercolor die cuts. So I'm going to grab those to create some custom embellishments for my page. Remember how I wanted to add some more green? Well, this is another way I'm going to do that. So I've grabbed my watercolor palette here, and you can get the same watercolor palette from Close to My Heart. I really love it. And I'm just using a water pen, which I find is the cleanest and neatest way to watercolor things. And I am very loosely coloring these in. I'm leaving some bits uncolored. I want it to look very loose. So there are two of these flowers. This one's fallen down here. I'm going to use the same two flowers and color both of them in. Just doing some pretty green on the leaves, and then I'll do some pink on the flower. I always like watercolors so much more when I don't color the whole thing. I leave some bits white. I'm doing the same thing with the flower, and look here, I am mixing up my own custom pink color with a bit of kind of a grayish French gray color as well to get that correct pink color there, because we don't want it to be a bright pink, because the color in the Feels Like Home collection and this April kit is really kind of a dusty pink. So I want to match that too. I'm essentially coloring in the center here, and I added a little bit too much water, so all I had to do there was dab it with my paper towel, which I always have on hand when I'm watercoloring. It's just a good idea to keep one handy for just such an occasion. So there we go. And then I'm just going to add a little bit, tiny bit of gold to the center of those flowers. So look how fast that was. I created two customized embellishments with these watercolor die cuts. I love those. Those are in the Feels Like Home collection. You'll be able to find that at the link in my video notes below. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere and get the die cuts from the kit in place where they are supposed to go, and then I will add my watercolor die cuts in there as well. Okay, so these beautiful die cuts really frame these photos so beautifully, and you can see there that I've added my watercolor die cuts, one to the right side of the spread and one to the left. Now this is something I like to do a lot to tie my two pages together. I will choose an embellishment or a piece of pattern paper, something like that, to go over the center of my two pages. So what I've done there is I've adhered the back, then I have added it to the left side, cut it off the page, and then I'm adhering it to the right side of the spread. This is something I do quite a bit. Now this tiny piece is so little that I'm just going to add it with a bit of liquid adhesive here. You want to make sure your pages are perfectly aligned before you adhere the right side of that embellishment or pattern paper. I'm going to add a bit of dimensional adhesive to some of these flowers to really make them pop off of the page. And once I have these in place, I can just move on to the next bit of embellishing. Okay, now I've grabbed the Feels Like Home compliments, and what I love about the compliments is that you get stickers and die cuts all in one. And I'm going to look on here for something small to cover up this little tear in my title. Now I'm going to move my journaling down slightly just to make room for whatever I choose, and I think it's going to be a little floral sticker. Look at all these beautiful florals that they have on the sticker sheet here. Now that little rose is cute, but it's quite big, so I think we'll go with this little posy flower there. And then I thought it would be really pretty to add to my banner these little greenery pieces, which work just perfectly because one is going up on the left, one's going up on the right. Really, really perfect. I love the way that that turned out. Now I'm going to add a few more of these, and again I'm kind of creating a line of pretty embellishments to join my left side of my spread and the right side of my spread together. You can see there that it's going to be kind of a flowing line of flowers to go across. I love this little phrase sticker that says "My heart is full." This is pretty perfect for this spread. Really, really love it. This is such a pretty sticker sheet. And this pink bow has to go somewhere, but I'm not sure where just yet, so I'm just going to keep that on my finger for a few minutes. I don't know if any of you guys do the same, but if you have a sticker you don't want to lose, you just hold that baby on your finger because I have definitely lost a lot of embellishments in the scrapping process. So this little picture perfect die cut is also awesome to put underneath of that photo. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to hold on to this little bow for just a minute because I just cannot figure out exactly where to put it. And these are the Feels Like Home scrapbooking stamps. I love this one, this little circle, and it's pretty perfect for cutting out. It says little moments. And it's kind of a perfect little saying for pictures of my little goddaughter. So I thought that that would be a fun thing to add. And it's also, I wanted to stamp it in black just so you have a bit of contrast there because we really have some not a lot of contrast going on this page. Now, this love, it usually says love lives here, but I'm just stamping love and I'm going to layer up these tags behind my photo here and let this love tag just stick out a bit. I'm going to add a hole in the top so I can get some more texture on this page by adding the mink twine. There's a lot of great stamps on that set, and I think that we need some more added to the background. Love these little flowers. They look like kind of like they're blowing in the wind, these little flowers. So I'm going to put some flowers and the little kind of looks like paint spray at each corner on my stamp block and just stamp one at a time. And I am putting these around where I already have embellishments so that it just adds to those groupings. I'm not trying to put things elsewhere on the page, just adding to these big groupings. Stamping all in black as well. I love that like spray splatter. It's just such a good stamp for every page, just to add some texture. If you're not great at splattering, which I confess that I really am not, I usually get some big drips on there, so this is a great way to get that look without the mess. You just see where I want to add just a little bit more. Just lightly cleaning off each stamp in between stamping, or else you might get a shadow of one of the stamps that you didn't want on there. So there we go. It's quite a lot of stamping there, and I think it really helps to add a bit of black to the background. Here is the mink twine. I'm just going to thread through my love tag up there as well as the picture perfect tag below my photo on the left side. And I'm going to add a little bow there because I think it's pretty and feminine, perfect for this page. My stamp just fell off onto my layout, and I really love this kit. Working with these kits is so fun, and you can really create with them just like the instructions to do something really quick and easy. Or you can switch it up, make it your own, choose different photo sizes, do different layouts, or do what I did here and add the beautiful close to my heart collections like the Feels Like Home collection that I used here. So these gold glitter gems are going to finish it all off for me. I really love the close to my heart gems. They're super stunning, and I'm just going to add a few here just in my embellishment groupings. You guys know that I love working with these Craft with Heart kits, but this one was really beautiful. And I really loved pairing it with the Feels Like Home collection to create something really unique and special that has a bit more of my own touches to it, like that pretty little picture perfect tag there, the watercolor florals, that stamped tag. The kit on its own is a great product to have to create a beautiful layout, but just adding your own touches can really make it truly unique. And I love the page that I documented with the April Craft with Heart kit. So be sure to click the link in my video notes to check out the subscription options, which can start with this April kit. Each subscription option that you choose, whether it's the monthly, the 4-month, or the 1-year option, will allow you to start immediately to get the April kit, which I highly recommend because it is so beautiful to work with. Thanks so much for watching today, and be sure to subscribe to this feed so that you won't miss out on any other Craft with Heart videos. Happy creating!